Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a little different. As you know, the title of my video is Brown Teacher Mom. I am a teacher and I'm definitely going to start bringing the teacher content because I've been doing this for 9 years. That is what I do. I'm not going to say I'm a pro at teaching, but I think I am really good and I'm getting to that expert level of managing a classroom, working with my students. I specifically teach special education, and so I would love to help any teachers out there who's looking for any, tips and tricks into having a better classroom environment, a better relationship with their kids, and pretty much just to enhance whatever you got going on. I know as you get into teaching, every year it kind of seems the same, but always finding new ways to deliver the material, to teach new ideas, to now insert social and emotional learning in like kind of the new curriculum that we're kind of coming in as the years progress, especially after COVID-19. I just want to bring you guys some of that information that I have, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 rules in order to manage your classroom. So just a little bit of background on my classroom. I teach in a social and emotional program, and so in my classroom I have all students with individualized education plans, or we call them IEPs, and they all have some sort of emotional or behavioral disability. So some of my students are autistic, some of them fall in the category of EBD, ODD, oppositional defiant, ADHD, or they might be OHI, which is other health impairment. And so my top 5 rules, this is what I teach them day one. This is what we work on, and this is what I consistently do no matter what. They know it's my top 5. The reason why I chose 5 rules is because there are so many rules, and by the time they get to high school, which I teach high school, by the time they get to high school, they know how school works. They know the norms of school, especially if they're constantly in an environment that's teaching behavioral stuff, which are my kids, and in programs that teach social and emotional stuff. So they know right from wrong. I just kind of teach them in here, this is what it is, and this is, like, there's no bending on these 5 rules. So rule number 1, no opting out. When students come in here, they're going to be doing some writing, they're going to be doing some reading, they're going to be working in groups. Like, there's a plethora of things that they're going to be doing, and my number 1 rule of no opting out and sticking to that and living by that is, I can't even tell you how important that is, because when a kid sees that they can get away with not doing something, or they don't have to do it, or they don't feel like doing it, or it's not easy for them, or they perceive it as being too hard, then they're not going to even try to do it. And they see that maybe I can just sit here and chill, or maybe I can just put my head down and go to sleep. If they see that, that starts to wear on the environment, and other kids start to pick up on that. And already, in the world of special education, each kid gets something individualized at some point, and so it can be outwardly seen that this student gets this and gets treated differently. And so at minimum, though, they should not be allowed to opt out. And I'm telling you, when they see that, if we're doing popcorn reading or whatever, and they see that they don't have to do it, they'll pick up on that, and they'll try you real quick. And there's going to be opportunities and times where it's not a good idea for everybody to be involved, such as popcorn reading. If the thing that we're reading is above their instructional level, then I'll say, okay, I'm going to read, and if you want to read, you can volunteer. But the no opt-out thing would be like, you might not read, but you still got to have your book open, you still got to be pointing, you still got to be engaged, you still got to be answering questions, even though you aren't reading. But there are times when I say everybody is going to read, or if I know that kid isn't able to read, I'll just pull them to the side, hey, I'm not going to ask you to read out loud, but maybe one-on-one we can get through some reading, or just make sure you're paying attention. I got you. We ain't got to, announce to the class that you're not going to be reading. Next, they have to ask for permission. And I mean ask for permission to do anything. Ask for permission to go get a pencil. Ask for permission to go get a calculator. Ask for permission to sharpen their pencil. They need to ask permission to do everything, because the moment they see that they can just get up and do whatever they want to do, they will get up and do whatever they want to do, and that is when problems and chaos happens. It all starts when a kid starts walking around, they're going to get this, and then they start talking to this person, then they distract this person, and then they start whispering, then they start touching, and then that's when you gotta step in and do extra things. But when they see let me ask permission, they're usually going to be on their best behavior when they're going to do that actual thing that they're asking you to do. So when they respect you enough to ask you permission, there are some times when I'm like, you don't have to ask me permission, and it's at the end of the year, and I'd rather say that than to say, you need to ask for permission. They need to be asking permission. All right, my third rule is entry ticket. They must have all of their materials. After COVID, the biggest thing that they need to have was a Chromebook. And you'd be surprised, kids will show up to school without a Chromebook. Well, I'll keep a Chromebook ready on deck. And I got 2 chargers up there for the ones that say, I don't have my charger, Another thing I did was I made sure I had all their logins and all their passwords. So when they try to pull that, I don't know my password, I can't log in, I got that information and it's right here, we're ready to go. I would stand at the door, and you might think it's obsessive or excessive, but I would stand at the door and I say, show me your notebook, show me your Chromebook, and show me your pencil. If you don't got a pencil, go find one. And you'd be surprised when you send that kid even one time to go find a pencil, they will remember, let me make sure I have a pencil, because she's going to trip about me not having a pencil. And I did that for probably the first month. I would stand at the door and I would literally check them. It seems like we checking seniors at the door. Yes, I am, because even a senior will show up to class without something that they need, and then they'll come here. They'll sit down. You get started. Tell them to get their stuff out, and say, I left my charger in so and so's room, or I left my Chromebook at home. And it's just be like, we use this every day, and then you'd be surprised, they'll act brand new, they'll be confused, but it is what it is. If you are on them about having their materials and they see that you're serious about it, then they will have those materials, and they won't take your materials for granted. So if you're that teacher that carry all those pencils and you give them out every day, you just be prepared to be giving pencils out every day. But if they know that they're not going to come and get the materials from you, they will make it a point to get all their materials. I even got parent emails about their kid not having a pencil and how they was complaining, but guess what? That student showed up the next day with a pencil. I even had I had my phone at the door for the kid that said that they wasn't bringing their stuff, and as soon as they wasn't bringing it, let me call mom. Your kid don't have a pencil. And when the parents see that you're gonna call them for something so petty, they'll even say make sure you have a pencil when you go in her class. Okay? Got it? Good. Number 4, you must turn in your phone. So I could do a whole video about turning in the phone, but it's all about your environment. It's all about how you come at them and how you explain and why, and all the extra stuff. But they come in, they put their phone in the bucket, they grab their notebook that's at the door, and they sit down. I'll go into why I collect phones, but kids need to turn in their phones, period. Last is teasing. There is no teasing, and this actually might be the top. They know when it comes to me, I do not play about bullying. I do not play about even y'all joking around, because I don't know y'all as friends, and when y'all in here, I don't know if this kid's going to take it, in here. I don't know if they know you're joking. So no teasing. It escalates into fights. You better off just shutting it down. Shut it down.